Okay then. What the hell? I ain't got no bad programs, but I do have perfect.
Good morning and welcome again to Sagani TV. And this morning we're privileged to be talking about a very important topic, a topic that really, that's a great concern to patriots, a topic that eats so deeply into the Ghanaian society. We're talking about the I Shame Corruption in Ghana project. Remember, this project is facilitated by the National Catholic Secretariat, and this morning I am very much happy to be hosting a mama and a dada, two people I respect so much. I have in the studio Mr. Samuel Zan Akologo, affectionately known as Uncle Zan. Uncle Zan is the Executive Secretary for National Catholic Secretariat. That's Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference. And remember, this is the host of the Secretariat of Faith in Ghana. Uncle Zan, you are welcome.
Thank you.
I also have Mama Hajia Isahakuteli. She's the National President, Federation of Muslim Women Association in Ghana. In an acronym, FOMWA. Mama, good morning.
Good morning.
How's your Friday?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. As I indicated, we'll be talking about the I Shame Corruption in Ghana project, and I want us to go straight into this morning's discussion. And I'll come straight to you, Uncle Zan. What is the Faith in Ghana platform all about? What is it about?
Thank you very much, and let me begin by giving my greetings to your viewership and to congratulate Sagani TV for the mass education you are doing using this medium. Today I'm also aware that it's a holiday, a holy day, a day of obligation for Muslims, and I want to acknowledge this special day. It's a blessing to be able to talk about something that is closely linked to the values, ethical values of faith across all religions, you know. And the I Shame Corruption in Ghana, I Shame is an abbreviation.
I'm talking about Faith in Ghana.
The Faith in Ghana, yes. Faith in Ghana platform is an alliance of faith-based organizations, obviously. That's why you see FOMWAC is sitting here. So faith is also an acronym. It is the Forum for Actions on Inclusion, Transparency and Harmony.
Can you take it again?
Forum for Actions on Inclusion, Transparency and Harmony.
Wow.
If you take the abbreviation, it comes to faith. Coincidentally, or let me say purposefully, it is also an alliance of faith groups.
Wow.
And faith was first put together as a realization by our religious leaders that, you know, oftentimes they are called to address issues of public policy, bad governance in this country, but they do that as a firefighting approach. When things are going wrong, then they are calling religious leaders. So they said, look, let us organize ourselves so that we can have a more systematic approach to addressing some of these social issues. The starting point was for a number of faith-based organizations to come together, and this include the Federation of Muslim Women Associations in Ghana. In fact, FOMWAC is chairing the platform, the faith platform. Then you have the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference, you have the Office of the National Chief Imam, you have the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, you have the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, you have the Mashallah Relief and Development Services, and Christian Mothers Association. So you can see it's a broad-based, inclusive, faith-based organization. And the National Catholic Secretariat of the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference is privileged to be asked to host this secretariat. And the process being facilitated by the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference.
Wow. I'm coming to you, Mama. The I shame corruption in Ghana. My question is in twofold. What is it about? And since its inception, how has it fared?
Thank you very much. And I also express my happiness to be here on this Friday, which is a very important day for all Muslims, and for that matter, religion. Yeah, talking about I shame Ghana.
I shame
corruption.
I shame corruption Ghana. It's basically we realize that corruption has eaten too much into our system. Every part of our life is like everybody is corrupt. But how are we fighting this corruption? That is our main destiny, because it should not be part of us. It should not even be there. It should not even exist. But how are we doing it? And then with this collaboration, we thought of, you know, catching them young, because it's like the older people are corrupt. You can, you know, when iron is soft, when it's red, you can burn it to any.
It's malleable.
It's manageable. But when it's hard, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
So we realize that we, the older ones, are not ready to change our attitude towards corruption.
Wow.
So we said, yes, why don't you start catching them young? Let's start from the basic, from the little ones who are innocent, so that tomorrow they will stand in our stead. And then the corruption will be even eroded completely.
Say that in code, when we the corrupt generation
yes,
are phased out,
we have all corrupt.
Fantastic. You put it so very well, and you know, that buttresses what Hajia has just said. So the idea of I shame corruption in Ghana, I will say the full meaning quickly. But the idea of I shame corruption in Ghana is targeting the youth, young people, to be able to create a new generation of Ghanaians who, you know, detest, frown, and, you know, reject corruption as a way of life. Because we have realized...
The Bible says eschew.
Eschew. You can use all the words that, you know, so basically that is our approach. And it is not that our approach has just fallen somewhere from the blue.
No.
It is basically building on the National Anti-Corruption Action Plan.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I regret to say that there is not much publicity about this document. This is the blueprint that really should inform, that is expected to inform the actions of Ghana. Government, non-state actors, religious bodies, MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies are supposed to collaborate to do this. And in this NACAP, National Anti-Corruption Action Plan, the Ghana Education Service and Ministry of Education is not just identified as a participant, but a lead implementing agency when it comes to the issue of influencing the minds, attitudes, and shaping, you know, children's minds against corruption. And this is supposed to be done through school curriculum. So now come back to I shame corruption. So that's why we, this Interfaith Alliance, the project we named it Interfaith Shaping Hearts, Attitudes, and Mindset to End Corruption. So again, if you take the first letters, you get ASHAME. Interfaith Shaping Hearts, Attitudes, and Mindset to End Corruption.
Wow.
So that reads as I Shame Corruption in Ghana. And it basically is going to work in the school system, beginning with a pilot approach. Because basically, we are hoping that what we're trying to do will provide a framework for the Ghana Education Service and the Ministry of Education, indeed, to realize their role in the National Anti-Corruption Action Plan. How? For example, we have started working, and Hajia may speak about that, to train a crop of teachers who will be able to act as coordinators of the integrity clubs. You know, develop a manual that sets out a framework that will guide this socialization process as a co-curricular activity, with a view that in future it will be mainstream. We are hoping over time to even be able to propose a curriculum. How will a curriculum look like? And eventually some textbooks. So basically that is the mind, to work through the school system to influence young people, their minds, their hearts, their attitudes, so that this thing, this canker that has become a habitual thing, will be tackled from its roots.
Okay. Why is the Ministry of Education and GES, for that matter, somewhat directly related to what you do? I want you to clarify it, to sort of disabuse the minds of people, not to tag Ministry of Education and GS as being corrupt. I mean, some people may misconstrue what we are saying, as if to say these are the two, you know, what do you call it, ministries, or these are the two agencies which are, is it because they are like the stakeholders in the training of our kids, and we are targeting the tomorrow's leadership?
Okay. Let me say it very slowly. Basically, the point I'm making is that Ghana as a nation has a national anti-corruption action plan. This is the one I've just showed to you. In this action plan, there is supposed to be a collaborative approach to fighting corruption. I'm saying that the whole issue of influencing the minds of the young ones to create new value systems as they grow up against corruption. This is critical to fighting corruption. And the Ghana Education Service and the Ministry of Education have been identified as the key stakeholder, the lead implementing agency to make this happen. So that's what I've been talking about. And indeed, I'm saying our interfaith effort, which I just introduced earlier, is hoping that we will be able to provide a framework how to do this. It doesn't mean that that will necessarily be the best, but that will be a guide at least, because we are supposed to cooperate. And we are doing this in partnership as I speak, because GES recognizes the importance of what we are doing to their primary task in addressing the issue of corruption. They have given us a letter of permission to pilot this in schools across the 10 regions. So you see, GES is very supportive. Directors of education are gathered here in Tamale across the whole country. They invited me, they invited us to speak about this project. So the cooperation is very good. NCCE is a partner. The Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice is a partner to this effort. So you can see.
Mama, earlier I wanted to know how this has fared over the time, the Ashim corruption in Ghana. You didn't talk about that. How has that fared so far? I mean, are we seeing you know, progress? Is it promising? Does it really look like we're gonna be victors at the end of the day?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think
it's too challenging.
Even though it is started, but it's not so grown. We haven't worked, you know, for some time. You know, we haven't worked for long.
Too long.
Yes, but so far I think it will take. We will see positive changes that we all expect to see, because, like Mr. Zan said, we are targeting the basic schools, you know, like I said earlier, catching them young. So we've started with the basic schools. In the northern region, fund work is to coordinate the activities of this project, Action Corruption.
Okay.
So fund work has taken 2 schools. The 2 schools is one faith-based school and then one public school.
Oh, okay.
Which is you know, we have chosen.
Okay.
And the schools are the faith-based schools is Ambaria Institute.
And this is at the basic level, right?
Yeah, yes, at the basic level.
Okay.
At the basic level.
Okay.
And then the Togo Primary Demonstration School,
which is a public
which
school.
is also a public school.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then the teachers, the coordinators who are to, you know, direct the children have been trained from the 2 institutions or from the 2 basic schools.
Okay.
So they've been trained in Kumasi to come. So, and fund work is to see to, you know, whether what we are supposed to do is ongoing.
Okay.
So before they even vacated for the period, we had to go and then see what has been done so far.
Okay.
They have their books, their manuals, which they have to. So fund work took time to look through, after which you find out whether they are really working.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say that both schools are doing well, because the number of children who showed interest in fighting corruption, it's so encouraging.
Okay.
About 150 to 200 in each of the schools. So, and then they are even ready, when they come back, they are going to add more, because most of the children now are realizing that they have to join the club.
Clubs,
We
okay.
call it club.
Okay.
Yes.
Uncle Zan, ndi la ba na da ban la viel pam. Da ko shi kama minta na he na ti yudu mo pune. Nda bor na zan kama minta yusun suna. Nkol vague tin yel shel kama ma za ha. Da ban la ne.
Anyo kanti yande de da ban le viel ka de minyala de bohan torsemo. Mete yande de na burunda ba de to nuclear maleji sham nyama de tindir fila shaloma dinya ya to mursirle din nzanti de tetangbano
Tan yina to tu ko
domi shebo ne de kwaram fahle ka sheb mi ya na gubiare ama mauna de kulinya la tajirsuko zubanyale ne bibialam domi dinya la wula corruption cheka de nan cheka secours mi ka bi chen secours de kane government ne zan lagre in son pour parba anya ka la lagrema de te chan yole do me sozan le bode au mandé ka tuma ma betu bi na district assembly malme ya palle ka de gouvernement ye to akerne ka palle ma bambale anyo katiye nan de la tiana tetangbano ya katiye zan la zale so de fila kat dirma
so par
ka so comme ça me malde
so par am bolle zubma de ma ti pon ko fu hale gouvernement la te boble la pam tna ma jirim boble le bien
mal la selbele selmi selen sakal le do selmi se bolle ne corruption to
ber ko ya ne robbery
fu ya ne de tifri kat bande nyeshe
naam
dome de kulnya la zo ka nye dome dinye corruption ma so e chante zu de bien fu bio o zu la bois ka chante gbago no zume nkporo ama ka corruption nirbo kul bien ma ne nkul zur la kara dinye de telgre la kara
ka ya na da ban le fiel pa
ay nkul zan le meva so nkul ne zan shel
aje mbor na de akol fatama
to mabane ya passion nyala kaman nti atiza pompo atiza banka man kwaron farma de be viala wula katia nan karete dia yela te sane nyin ya yela man pompo mbla ya non kwaron fale Mblayan zu takatizan le la. Mblayan zu. Mina iya song win yanzu kan yugo bane. Kama oya no shawama ni nyi ami nyi ti nyire tukuma ma antia kwaro falma dum balage dum balage bi har kal kuchef zaha duzu manya sha kama nyama ti bihwa ma ti wuba kama anongo bi so inongo kwaro falma bala ka bi ban kama burwa ni chere shangwa ma kwaro falma biara ne bi zu biara ne ai bu hotini terenangle so ko le san enchanti yele wo banu manama bi wo yingnama ka bangba bankama wo bi ngoma pumpo bun pala mbande shel ngoma de viala bangba ne ambala bi masan anya ka tumbo silmiga ni education tun ya ni so kan wumma tabuma dan kana.
Wow, you heard it all from Uncle Zan, Mr. Samuel Zan Akologu. He's the Executive Secretary for National Catholic Secretariat, Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference. They are host of Secretary of Faith in Ghana, the Faith in Ghana campaign we're talking about. And Mama Hajia Ajara Isahakuteli, she's actually the National President, Federation of Muslim Women Association in Ghana, acronymed as WAG. I think we'll do this discussion as and when the time will permit us again, as and when resources would be available to do this. The time is too short. I wish we could continue this discussion. Let me say a special good morning to the program coordinator, Mr. David Isahaka. He's a programs coordinator for National Catholic Secretariat. He has been very supportive from day one. And all of you who are watching, everybody is a stakeholder in fighting this national canker that is eating into the morality of the Ghanaian fabric, moral fiber of Ghanaian society. My name is Idris Uzablam David, and to some other time, have a wonderful Friday.
I don't deal with domesticated. What the hell? I ain't got no bad programs, but I do have perfect programs.